What's up, my young Padawans? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to go through my fight. We're going to review what happened on fight week. We're going to review what happened in the fight, and at the end of the video I'll tell you what's next. First things first, I'm healthy. I feel better than immediately after the fight. Let's go through the injuries what I sustained inside the fight. First, I busted my ankle. It was as big as a balloon.
My foot was a balloon. My foot was a balloon. You want to see it?
That's pretty much it. Well, except for my face. It actually looked like I got stung by about 1,000 bees. Quite hilarious. In the first round, I immediately felt my rib. It's something that I've been carrying for about maybe 12 weeks. I never let it rest. And just a little bit of muscle kind of maybe pulled. I don't know what happened. I tensed really hard and I felt it in mid in the fight go. I was like, But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's start from fight week. What are my thoughts on the whole fight week? First, let me tell you, it would probably about 7 weeks since I ate one of these. And the first time I had one after the fight, it was a bittersweet moment because, as you all know by now, didn't get the victory. It sucks to lose, but the sun shines tomorrow and you live on, live to fight another day of eating Jaffa cakes. Life is good. So fight week started like every other fight week that I've had. Scepter came in just a little bit heavier, and I could maybe test that down to this would be my 3rd fight week in 12 weeks. I didn't really think nothing much of it, 1 extra kilo coming in heavier, maybe that's just some extra water or just the time of dieting up and down, maybe my metabolism slowing down. I don't really know too much of the science of it, but I know it was just a little bit different. It was only 1 kilo, but if you ask my missus, I'm very meticulous about everything. So I'm a bit of a flap when it comes to fight week. I'm like, oh my God, I've got 500 grams extra to lose. Oh no. Yeah, it was a bit much for panic. But the rest of the week went pretty smooth until I had to travel to Prague. And I woke up nice and early, bags were packed, ready to go. And I said to the team that I'll meet them there at the airport. So me and my missus, we hopped in the car. The traffic was pretty horrendous, it was pretty busy, but we kind of got there just in the nick of time. So I fought until we had to go to Longstay car park. And that's where things go a little bit left. Now for reference, for those that don't know, Longstay car park is probably around about 2 miles from the actual airport terminal. It's because you have to go all the way around the airport to get into it. And when we arrived, we tried to find a car park space. And as we parked, we seen the shuttle bus go, driving straight past us. I didn't really think too much about it. I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe they're every 5 minutes because you've got to catch your plane. So many people got to catch a plane and all that sort of stuff. So we go to the terminal and it says every 20 minutes. So I'm like, cool. How far is it drive? How far is the drive? 10 minutes. So I know half an hour. I've got half an hour window to pack in my bags. And at this time, check-in for my bag closes in about 45 minutes. So I'm already clutching at the straws, trying to get there, looking for this bus, wherever it's coming. A whole hour goes by and this bus still has not arrived. So I'm on the phone to my team saying, look, I'm gonna miss this plane because if I can't check the bag in, inside my bag are all my essentials that I need for all my weight cut. So I can't arrive in Prague and not have anything that I need to reload, because without reloading, then you don't get the most optimal response to your body. Your body will feel like you've just gone through a massive hangover and you're just flat dead, just tired, right? But more than that on a little bit later. So it's so important not to leave the bag behind. As an hour goes by, it's 1 hour, 2 minutes since I've been standing at the pickup center, and then there's like another 50 other people waiting as well. And so we know that I've missed my plane. I'm telling my team, just hop on the plane, I'll see you on the other side. You know, maybe the next plane's not too long. I found out the next plane was about 5 or 6 hours later. It was gonna bring me into Prague around about 10 o'clock. Bless my team, they went and got all the stuff that I need when I land, you know, the waters and like little bits of like snacks and fruit that I need for my rehydration. But the most important thing that I want to stress is that I was crunched for time. I had to land in the airport. I got there nice and smooth at 11 o'clock into the hotel and start weight cutting. That shit was pretty brutal. You can see my weight cut in the previous video. The link is somewhere floating above my head. But I just got on with it, you know. I just went straight into weight cut mode. I have to make weight at a certain time. If you miss weight, then the chops on your purse off. Nobody wants that, right? You work so hard in training camp. You work so hard to get to this one moment and then to slip up on the scales. I really do understand why people say the scales is the first and most important battle of the whole fight. I like to do a first sweat before I go to bed. I normally lose around about 1 kilo or half a kilo. So I did that, and that left me with around 5 kilo to do in the morning. I thought I would lose maybe a little bit more, but because I only had like 3 hours sleep, because I had to wake up at 5 o'clock, so I had a bit more to lose than I normally do. I didn't really think too much about it. I was like, yeah, whatever. Let's just get it done. I hop in the bath, I muscle on through it, and the time just keeps ticking down, and I'm losing weight at a good rate, but I definitely felt the pressure. And I know that if the time goes to 9 o'clock, I'm gonna have to get out there and miss weight, which is something that I don't like. Even to this day, after, you know, a couple weeks after the fight, I'm still like, fuck, that was shit. Shouldn't miss weight, right? I know in my head already, yeah, I've missed weight. Standing on the scales, I do my bicep pose, and I do my face off against Legursky. Legursky came in, and I was maybe hoping that he missed weight too, because he missed weight on his last fight, but he didn't, you know. He came in and was bang on. I think it was 70.7 he was, so good work, Legursky. So I have to now go straight back to the hotel, and I've got 2 hours to make weight. In this time, they're all trying to get me to do the medical, they're trying to get me to do sign this, sign that, and I'm like, dude, I've got 2 hours to make weight, let me just go. So I rush back to the hotel, and I start doing the next process to drop the 0.6, I think I had to go. It fell off me. It took me around about half an hour, and then I stood on the scales. And from that point, it was mad weird. Like, I remember walking around in a little bit of a daze, feeling really weak, but I'm just thinking, you know what? It's just a normal weight cut, whatever. There's a video of me standing on a scale saying of 70.8 or 70.7, I think I was. I can't remember what I can't remember at the time. But there's a video, and Daniel says, say it again, so I can take the video for Instagram. I remember I'm trying to clench my biceps, and my biceps are going like this. Not going in, not the full, Jaffa cake, whack. Felt really weak and almost wobbly. I was like, yeah, let me just get some water in. I stopped sipping my water, and I was like, just get me to my hotel room so I can get some more water, rehydrate, and feel better. That didn't happen. I didn't feel better one bit. For about 40 minutes, I was sitting there in agony, saying to my coach, my belly's really bad and I'm trying to sip my water. He kept telling me, sip my water. I normally have around 2-3 oranges after my first litre of water. I just couldn't stomach it. I was like, I don't want to eat this. It's like, if you've ever been ill or sick before and you try and look at food, smell food, even try and taste it, and it's just repulsive. That's what I had. My coaches are asking me, like, do you normally eat oranges at this time? I was like, yeah, I normally, like, this is the same step plan that I'm doing all the time. After about 45 minutes, I just started to get worse and worse. Now I'm killing over, holding my belly, and I feel like a pregnant woman at this time. Just I'm like, breathing, I'm like, apparently I had stomach lock, and I go sleep for a few hours. I wake up and I'm projectile vomiting everywhere, all over the bed. But boy, did that sort me out. My belly felt good after that. The vomit was not like normal vomit. It tasted just like pure orange and just water. It was actually quite tasty. And I was like, what the hell? My stomach settled down after that vomit. I was able to go sleep for another couple of hours, wake up and then actually stomach some food. The next time I was meant to go out in the public was probably about 5 or 6 hours after the weigh-in. Bless my missus, she made me a bagel with some jam on top of it. I ate it and I felt pretty okay. Now we can have some food. So I had tuna and rice and went to the venue. Done my typical face off, you know, all that. Stood on the scales, tried to squeeze. Try not to think about that I've just missed about 6 hours of my rehydration and that I'm behind, you know, and all that sort of stuff. I thought, you know, I'll be fine in the fight. You know, it was just a really bad start of the rehydration, but because we've got pretty much about 36 hours, 6 hours behind, whatever. Like, I was thinking it's nothing. I'm now stuffing my face, trying to catch up on all my meals so my body rehydrates and fills back up. The day goes on like normal. I get all my meals in as much as I can get in and go to sleep with a very full belly. I sleep like a baby that night, you know, like I felt like I've just done a marathon, like 20, like maybe an ultra marathon I felt like I've just done. But I thought, you know what, in the morning, I'll feel good. I feel fine in the morning. No worries, no worries. So in the morning, I wake up, I have my porridge, and I'm not really thinking too much about what happened last night. You know, I'm trying to put that into my back of my head and just go, yo, it's fight day. So the morning, all pretty good. I get to the arena, focused, charged up, and ready to go. I have the shits just a little bit, but it's not the first time this has happened to me, you know? So I feel like whatever. Sometimes you have shits, sometimes you don't. It was semi-solid, like an ice cream, chocolate ice cream. So if anyone likes chocolate ice cream and I'm putting you off right now, I am sorry. But yeah, I warm up, and in the middle of the warm up of the fight, it feels like pretty much normal, but I did warm up just a little bit too early, maybe out of nerves. I feel like so much was going on. So I'm warming up, you know, everything feels good. I feel sharp. I keep asking my coaches, am I sharp? Boom, 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 boom. And I'm breathing a little bit heavy in the warm up, but that's just, sometimes that's normal shit, you know. There's a lot of nerves going into these fights. Every fight, I put a lot of pressure on myself to do good, and I thrive under pressure. I love that. You know what I mean? I love all the pressure that I can put on myself and to go out there and perform. I remember standing in the walkout zone, and I'm waiting to go out, and I remember feeling really focused. I remember feeling like, yeah, you know what, I'm sharp, I'm ready to go. Put all the work in, put all the effort in. It's my time, and I go and walk. We walk to the cage. I do my typical Jedi stuff. Enter in the cage. Lagos comes in. I'm staring him out. He's staring me out. You know, typical fight stuff. We go to the center, and he goes to reach out to touch gloves with me, and you know, I don't touch gloves. Some people hate it. Some people like it. But I see this fight as war. I'll give respect after the fight, don't worry. But the fight starts, and I immediately, I'm coming for his head. I throw a front kick, and it just, bang, glances past his face, and he catches it, and I throw 2 punches, boom, boom. And I hit him with these shots, and he took it really well. I think like it did rock him a little bit. And I hit him with these 2 shots, and he just started to run forward, and he got the takedown. From what I remember, he got me another takedown. And on this takedown, I remember falling, and my rib, I was like, oh. That was the instant on my rib, that one, where it was more like a cramp, but like a pull cramp. But anyway, whatever. You don't feel it till after the fight. But I felt that one inside the fight, and still went about it. We had a nice first round where there would be moments where he'd get me down to the ground, and I'll just get back up. But after the first round, I remember going back to the corner and looking at my coach and looking for the chair. And I normally don't sit down on chairs. If you watch back any of my fights, I don't sit down on the chairs because I'm super fit. But I remember going back after that first round and feeling so drained and so tired. I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? Halfway through the first round, after a couple of get-ups, a couple of exchanges, I was like, how the hell am I tired after one round? I couldn't believe what was going on, but I just had to focus. I had to stay sharp. I couldn't stop. I couldn't say, oh, I'm not feeling well, or hey, like, give me a moment. You know, it's in the middle of a fight. You have to go. So I'm searching in my head for victory, searching for where we're gonna go get this victory. I'm starting to be so flat-footed, and that's again not me. I felt like almost was emulating his style because he's very flat-footed himself, but I'm very agile. I move quite a lot. I'm sharp with my feints. I'm sharp with my footwork. I only could string together one or two shots. It's the maddest feeling I've ever felt in a fight. I don't think in all my fights, even my amateur days, I don't think I've ever felt that tired. I don't think it was a super fast-paced fight. I feel like I've had faster-paced fights than that. I feel like the one, especially when I won my title, there was a lot of wrestling exchanges in that one. And this one, yeah, there was some wrestling exchanges, but I wouldn't say something that would really superly drain the tank to the point that I couldn't lift my arms anymore, you know? Like my arms are down here. And especially round 2. And another thing that really annoyed me is that I call myself a 5-round fighter. I always prepare for a 5-round war, and to feel that after one round that my gas tank was completely gone, I knew something was wrong. So the rest of the fight, I had to fight on heart. Nagurski hit me with a shot, and I remember wobbling against the cage, falling back, and then he's after he hit me with the knee, and he's coming for me, and I remember saying to myself, "You are not finishing me, motherfucker. No way in hell." And I just fought on through, man. I tried to hit him with the shots. I remember throwing my jab that was coming out so slow at this point in round 3, and he's able to counter me. It was tough. It was a really tough fight. Going back to the changing room, I knew what had cost me my gas tank. I knew what I did wrong. I knew that I had messed up my weight cut, and that my body was shutting down this whole time. It wasn't allowing me to access any of my energy, which is rubbish, because now I'm out the tournament. It wasn't just a normal fight where, you know, tomorrow I can just go, yeah, whatever, we get back on it and we go right to the top. You know, this is now the end of my journey in the €1 million tournament, and I made some money, but not the top prize. Losing sucks, but you know, it's part of life. You know, there's moments in life where you're gonna go forward and you're gonna get everything you want, and you're gonna really climb, and you're gonna excel. And there's moments where you're gonna be knocked back and fall flat on your face. And it's not really about the moments of being up there and everything's always good. You know, that doesn't really, that makes life amazing, of course, but the true victory is getting back from failure. Is getting back from stumbling. Is wiping your face off, wiping the dust off your face and the dust off your shoulders, off your legs, healing your wounds and getting right back to it. And that's what I'll do. This now is the official moment of the return of the Jedi. Thank you so much for tuning in into this YouTube video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You don't want to miss the next video where I'm going to explain what is next for the Jedi. May the Force be with you.